I'm back, and I'm happy that you're back too. I'm so excited to see your face, even though I don't really see it, but let's be delusional so that when we actually do an in-person event, I can say, I've been seeing your face. How are you doing, girl? How you doing, sir? Whoever it is, But listen, I was sitting down having a conversation with God, and I started thinking I constantly think about women all the time. I always think about us and why we are the way that we are now and why things are going the way that they are. And it's like, God, well, what can I do to help? Because I done been on both sides of the track. Okay, I've been a finesse and I've been finessed. I've been the cheater and then I've been cheated on. I've been I've been on both sides of the track, both sides of the fence, both sides of the lifestyles. Okay, I've done it all. And there's probably some more that I could do. You get me? But I feel like I've done enough. And I've done enough on that side to where I don't want to go back to that side and do it again. Because if there's more, Jesus. You get me? I was bamboozled when I was 18, 19. I was bamboozled. I was tricked. I was played with. They said that lifestyle was good for you. That you was going to get all this cash, all this cake. You wasn't going to have to worry about nothing. They didn't tell you what really come with that lifestyle. They didn't tell you how low it'll make you feel. They didn't tell you how much you're going to put up with, how much you're going to let slide over there for some money. They didn't tell y'all that. All right? And you added more trauma on top of yourself from the trauma that you went through as a child. And it leaves you not even liking yourself. I couldn't even look myself in the mirror for so long. For so long, I did not like who I saw in the mirror. And I'm still breaking off parts of myself. Okay? Still breaking off negative parts of me. That's just like, they played you. They played you. They really did. Okay? A lot of these influencers, a lot of these people, they playing. All right? And hey, that lifestyle might be working for them right now. And that's why they selling it. In the midst of me having this conversation, I was like, women are working as hard as they are right now because they tired of being played with. And that's why they working. This is our way of saying put some respect on our name, okay? Because we tired of begging to be respected. So I'm going to make sure I got my own. I'm going to make sure I get this first. I'm going to make sure I stay focused on me because every single time I come out of being focused, I end up getting distracted by somebody who just wanted to play with my time and not increase it, not add to it. They was just trying to take from my pot. So this time around, I'm not playing no games. Okay, I'm a boss all the way up. So a lot of us as women are out here trying to work so hard and going after our goals in a way to where nothing else matters is because we tired of people playing with us. Put some respect on us as women. Put some respect on us. Because if you had to deal with half that we had to deal with, half of y'all be tapped out. Tapped out. Okay? Couldn't do it, can't handle it, don't even know where to start, what to do, and don't have no faith at that. We got to have faith on top of everything else that we deal with. All right? Listen. So I'm talking to God about that. And I said, dang. But what if it's not a bad thing? Because a lot of people are trying to make it seem like it's such a bad thing to be focused. It's such a bad thing to be goal driven. It's such a bad thing for a woman to be in the workforce. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's going to make men have to come up. I think it's going to make men have to meet us at a standard. And yes, it can be unbalanced because a lot of us doing it out of hurt. We ain't never going to go through that again. Ain't nobody ever going to be able to kick me out. Ain't nobody ever, never. A lot of it is hurt. But imagine if we were to heal in that and it become healthy to where we can accept a man who challenges us. To where we can accept a man who has standards and says, hey, listen, well, this is how I live my life and this is my standard and I expect for you to meet me. And I respect your standard too. And I think it's quite sexy. All right. And I have no problem living up to that. But this is my standard too. So what we going to do? We going to challenge each other or you going to go be with somebody who going to let you have it easy? Who doesn't really turn you on that much? You know you can get over on him. You know you can get over on her. It's just easy. So you're going to accept a hard challenge or you're going to keep settling for what is easy and breaking people. Hurting people because you know that's not your person. You just don't want to be held accountable or challenged in no type of way. I feel like it's not a bad thing. I feel like it's going to make men heighten their standard. Okay? I think it's going to make men see that, hey, everything out here is not going to be easy, at least not what you want. I think it's going to make women say, okay, hold on, there are high caliber men. I just had to raise my standard and I had to raise my demand. I had to raise my value and increase. Because where I was at, I was settling. Where I was at, I was accepting anything. Where I was at, I was letting stuff slide out of the sake of just having somebody around me because I really loved him and I craved love that bad. And I never knew what self-love was. I never explored it. He was my source. He was fulfilling a void and a need for me. And we trauma bonded a little bit. So I was letting stuff slide thinking that was love because I seen my mama in a toxic relationship and they was fighting. So I felt like love was to fight. Love was a struggle. Love was suffering. And love is not that. Yeah, you're going to go through some back and forth. You're going to go through some things. But even in that, it will never turn to the point to where you want to hurt that person. It'll never turn to the point to where you really just wish harm on that person. It'll never get to the point where you feel unsafe, where you feel unseen, where you feel unwanted. And yes, those feelings might come up, but you know deep down inside that that's not what it is. You're just in your feelings. Like love is not what we were taught that love was. It's not toxic. It just don't always feel good. And because we grew up in a toxic environment, we feel like, okay, the moment it don't feel good, I'm out. I'm packing my bags. I can go find somebody better. And then you go get the better you thought was better, and it wasn't better at all. All right, it comes with drama too, and more drama. It comes with a person who does not consider you like the last person did. It comes with a person who don't even treat you the same when y'all are in a bad space. You ever been with somebody who, as soon as y'all on bad terms, is forget you. They don't care about you. Imagine being with somebody, even if y'all on bad terms, he asking you if you hungry. He asking you if you need anything from the store. He don't make you feel uncomfortable. He'll make himself feel uncomfortable just to not make you feel uncomfortable. That's love. That's a man. But we were not taught that. So it's easy to be like, nah, this too much. You tripping. I don't like it. I'm going to go get somebody else. You're not even fun. But it's no. You have growing to do too. And when you get to a certain point in your life, and I don't know why I'm going here, so it has to be for a reason, especially for my young girls, this part is for y'all. Or if you're starting over, this part is for you. First and foremost, love is not going to be fun all the time. So if you are in a season in your life where you feel like you need to go out and have fun and you need to be free and it just needs to be you for a season, embrace it. Don't try to hold on to a good thing out of the sake of, well, maybe I might lose it or it's benefiting me in this way right now. So let me just hold on to it while I still go out and have my cake and eat it too. And while you're doing that, you're hurting that good person. You get me? You're hurting that good person. And hurt people. So I know you've been played with too. So you think it's okay to play with them because you don't really know and you're up and down and you're kind of confused. And it's like you don't know what you want. You do want it, but you don't want it, but you're getting over. Listen, you need to sit down somewhere. Get your mind right, get your heart right, get your spirit right, get your atmosphere right, and decide. Okay, and if you are running away from a good thing just because you are scared of getting hurt, because you feel like you don't have the space for it no more, the capacity for it anymore, you need to check your fear at the door and go ahead and get grounded. Because this might be a good thing for you if you ground yourself correctly, invite God into the space and keep him there, be obedient to him, challenge the other person to become better while they challenge you to become better, and y'all both level up regardless if y'all stay together or not. All right, but don't let fear trick you out of a blessing. Don't let fear trick you out of being a blessing for somebody else. If you feel like you need to have fun, then go ahead and do that. But do not be tricked and do not be deceived, because they tell you when you're in your 20s, date as many people as possible, have fun, be free, go out. And a lot of the times you're going to get to 30 and wish you would have did something different. Wish you would have took your money and invested it different so that your 30s could be having fun and being free and out in a way to where you're financially stable, you're spiritually grounded, you know who you are, you know what you want, you know how you want it, and you're open and ready to receive love and receive that next step, but you're in a different place to where you're not desperate for it. So when it comes, but until then, I'm having fun. Okay? I'm doing me. And even when I get in this relationship, this commitment with you, I'm still doing me. I'm just doing me. It's not going to be disrespectful to you, though. It's not going to be disrespectful to our union, our commitment, our agreement. Okay, it's not going to be disrespectful to our covenant. But I'm still going to very much be me, and I feel like I have to change all of me to commit to you, to where I lose myself. All right, I ain't losing myself to them kids. I ain't losing myself to you. I ain't losing myself to nobody. I'm still going to be me. I'm just going to elevate and increase depending upon what I agree to and what I get into, whether that's marriage, children, whatever. All right, I just need to say that. If you feel like you need to be by yourself and embrace it completely. Embrace it fully. All right, embrace it fully and don't be scared to. When God tells you to step out, step out. Fear or no fear. All right. And listen, I've been in the situation where it's a little scary to be obedient to God. because you don't know and you don't want to go back, and you're not sure if you're just stepping out of the situation for the sake of fear because you've been hurt or because it's something else. You be all over the place, up and down and all around. Okay, it make you feel like you going crazy and you don't know what to do, and it's like, God, where are you at? And then, okay, am I backtracking? Am I backsliding? You will feel like you are going crazy in your brain. But the only thing that I can tell you to do is to stay grounded on that promise God gave you. Stay grounded on that promise that God gave you, to give you plans to prosper you and not harm you, even in your mess, even in your brokenness, even in you being unsure, even in you feeling unsettled, even in your fear. Trust that God is going to come through on his promise and do the hard things. Do the hard things, and don't let the stuff that you're confused about overwhelm you so much to where you feel like you're out of position. I'm still going to wake up and every day and do my best. I'm still going to go after that thing that God has on my heart. I might not know if I'm supposed to step out right now. I might not know if I'm supposed to commit. I might not be sure, but I am sure about this thing. I am sure that God said I'm supposed to be here. I am sure that God said I'm supposed to work towards this business. I'm supposed to work towards this ministry. I'm supposed to work towards this. I'm sure about that thing. So I'm going to keep being sure over here, and God's going to give me clarity over here, but I'm not going to allow the things that I'm not clear about to stop me from the things that are. I'm not going to allow this part of my life to stop me in my progression here, because my breakthrough's right here. And when I break through, I'm going to know God's going to handle it. But while I have this in my hand, and I'm sure I'm going to hold on to this and I'm going to let this go, because God is going to handle that thing. He's going to handle it. We always trying to figure out what everything is right now. And if we don't know right now, then it's like, I don't know. No, I'm not sure. All right. This is how I'm feeling about it. I'm going to keep taking it to God. I pray that you take it to him too. Okay. When he gives me clarity and confirmation on it, I'm going to move accordingly. And I pray that he gives it to you around the same time so that we can be on one accord. But until then, I'm focused on this thing, because I know where God is right here. I don't know where he at right here, but I know he's going to show up because I see him in this. You get me? So it's like, faith is going to be your best friend. So make sure you locked in with it. Okay? Make sure you locked in with it, and you continue to ask God to give you deep awareness about what it is that is going on in your life and what parts you are playing in it, so that you can see where you're working against him and where you're working with him. All right? Pray for that. Pray for that, and do not let the enemy make you feel like you are too far gone, or you're in the wrong place, or there's something more that you should do. No, you're right where you're supposed to be for a reason, for the reason. Stay in the present moment and analyze what is going on right now. Stop thinking about what's going to happen or what did happen. Think about what's happening right now, so that you can go ahead and start sorting through it and organizing your closet space, so you can see what is what. All right, and you can be walking around on a clean floor. Do that. Do that. And all the glory is God's, because I didn't even know I was going to go there. So I know that was just God. I didn't know I was going to go there. All right. Jesus. And I be trying to be real cool like. I be trying to keep it cute and keep it cool on here, and not tell too much of my business. But God always brings it out like that. So it's my testimony. I cannot tell you the things that I'm telling you or speak from the place that I'm speaking from without experiencing it. I have experienced this firsthand in life. All right. I'm not saying the things I'm saying just for a like, just for a comment. Sometimes I get 38 views. Sometimes I get 131. Sometimes on TikToks, I get thousands of them. It does not mean anything. Okay. It does not mean anything. If you see somebody with a whole bunch of likes, it don't mean they're making money. If you see somebody with a whole bunch of likes, don't always mean they are just the best people. You can't judge people off likes, and you can't be a person who's desperate for them. You got to be able to say it despite the likes. You have to be able to stand on that despite the attention. You have to be able to stand on that despite the money. All right? Because you might get the views and not have the money. You might have the money and not get the views. All right, so you have to be doing it for the right reason. Know that whatever God is providing you with right now is supposed to be, so use it. So that when you get the other part, you're still you. You're still grounded on God. You're still grounded on your faith. You're still grounded on your principle, and you won't allow anything to change you, because I did it when I was getting 31 views. With the same passion, with the same spirit, as me. I never changed. With 31 views, 131 views, tens of thousands of views, millions of views, I've never changed. Okay, because I did it without it. And now I got the money to match it too. And I'm still the same. Because I did it without it and I'll do it without it again. So you can't be dependent upon the outside things of the world. You have to be dependent upon your spirit. Knowing that that is God. And having the discernment to know, I don't think God would tell me to jump off a cliff. Okay? I don't think he would say that. I don't think he would say that. All right? I don't think God would say I would fail. I don't think God will be telling me that this is a bad move because of fear. You know the difference between when God is speaking and when he's not speaking. God will warn you about something. He'll say, hey, don't do that. And then start showing you the parameters of what happens when you do. You'll be convicted about that thing. And you'll think about it every single time you go to do it because it's like, I know God don't want me to do it, but it's like I'm struggling, but it's like, it kind of works for me. It doesn't work. I overindulge and I need to learn my balance. There's a difference between that and a difference between you won't make it, you're going to fail, you're going to die. Don't even try to do it because your mama tried to do that and you saw what happened to her the last time you got in a relationship. That happened to you, so why would you want to get in one again? You're so stupid. You're so dumb. That's not God. Know the difference. Know the difference. Know the difference. Okay, know the difference because the devil will tell you, oh yeah, keep giving that same friend a chance even though she's stabbing your back 50 times. And God will say, you know what, I know you love her. And I know you see yourself in her. But she's in a space where she can't receive your love properly and it's going to bring y'all both down to a level that doesn't serve either one of you. So you have to be her example right now. You have to be her teacher right now. And you only can do that by continuing to be obedient to me and doing you. You can't do it by coddling her. You can't do it by people pleasing. You can't do it by being in the spaces that she's in. You can't do it by being easily accessible to her. You have to be on a different level so that she can come up and meet you. Period, point blank. That's how God talks. He gonna tell you the hard things while also affirming you and rubbing your back and saying I love you and reassuring you, correcting you and giving you instruction. He not just gonna say, oh yeah, go ahead and just jump off that cliff. I'll be down there. Like what? No. Jump off what? This don't even make no sense. Why would you want me to jump off here? Come on now, that's not God. All right. Sometimes it's crazy because the enemy really play with you. He really will play with you. Like, you know you on fire and you speaking and you talking and you're doing what God has called you to do and what makes you feel good and what you think about, what you dream about. You dream about making it better. So you know that's God. You know you're not envisioning that thing happening in your life for nothing. That's how you know it's God. But in the midst of you doing it, it's like you'll have this feeling as if you're doing something wrong or you're not doing it good enough, or maybe you're not speaking from a place of God, or maybe you're misleading people. It's like you'll be having this battle and it's like you're doing the right thing. You know when you get to over talking and you doing a little bit too much because you're going to stop yourself. You're going to stop yourself. You'll get convicted and be like, okay, hold on. Now I need to delete that. Or I shouldn't have said that. Or my bad. You know. But there's a difference. Like, don't let the devil play with you. Because some of the times when I'm doing this, man, the devil be playing. I have to keep putting him in his place and say, what would you have me doing? Since what God is having me doing so bad and I'm doing something wrong, what would you have me doing? Because I didn't work for you before. I wasn't getting paid nearly enough. I was going through stuff I never imagined. I was dealing with stuff that I should have been cut off. I didn't feel good about me. All right? On my good days, I ain't even feel good. So what would you have me do since you know so much? You got to start trying the devil like that because, hold on. And the devil, he be talking through people. So you got to be trying some of these people and talking back to some of these people and saying, well, what would you do then? If it was up to you, since you just know so much, what would you do? What would you do? You talking about me. You always got something to say, but what would you do in the situation? Where's the advice at? And you'll start to see who you're around depending upon the kind of advice that you give. You can't be so quick to listen to everybody and their mama. Okay? Because they might just tell you anything. You need to test the advice that you're giving. And I understand that you're going through a lot in your life and you need somebody to talk to. But don't be so quick. Don't be so desperate to get that feeling off and that understanding to where you're opening your mouth up to any and everybody and taking advice from people that do not have your best interests. You're not going to die. You're going to get through it. It's not as heavy as it seems it is. The enemy does that on purpose to make you feel so overwhelmed to where you'll be misled. Sit down for a second and breathe. Sit down for a second and really think about what just happened. Think about the part you played, what you did, and what that other person did to make you feel uncomfortable. Write it down. Pray on it. Spend a day just in quietness, just crying if you need to, taking a shower, doing things that make you happy, listening to music. The next day, then you can figure it out. But once you start to treat problems in your life like they're not that big, you'll see how small they are, and you'll see that they've already been solved. But the moment that you freak out and you make it bigger than what it's supposed to be is the moment where you're going to have all these other things that you have to deal with now because you invited too many people in, too many spirits in. Okay? You didn't invite it. Too much has happened. How did you even end up at this man's house? How did you end up calling that man that you never said you was going to call again? How did you end up cussing this person out that actually love you and care about your well-being? You treated them worse than the dude that you called back that left you on the side of the road. Okay? Figuratively and realistically. For real, for real. Some of y'all have really been left outside. And that's the person that you calling. Because you didn't trauma bonded with them and you're just desperate to have somebody around, somebody to talk to. No, it's time for you to deal with self. And I know that was hard. I know it was, but listen, I have to talk to you like this so that you can get it. That's how I have to be talked to, because I'm telling you, the decisions that you're making right now is the reason why you keep crying about the same thing. And I know you're tired of crying about that. Girl, I know you are sick and tired of waking up in the morning and being like, why did I call? Why did I text? Why did I do that? I know you're tired of them type of nights. So in order to change that, you're going to have to sit down and start really thinking. Sit down and really take it to God. Sit down and be okay that you don't have the answer right now and you can't control things. And go to sleep. Okay, don't just get drunk and get high or lay down and go to sleep and wake up. No, you need to be intentional about how you're going to go to sleep the night before so that the next day you can go about handling the situation correctly, level-headed in your sober mind and confidence, regardless of how you might feel, because you had time to deal with it. Can't nobody gaslight you or manipulate you or take advantage of you because you're having a vulnerable moment. You get me? We're not doing that. So you got to really analyze that and really sit down with yourself. And I feel this conversation has started from one place and it's went somewhere else, but I feel it's very necessary and it's needed for whoever's watching this. Okay, I touched on a lot of different things in a small amount of time, I'm going to say, because literally, I don't feel like 30 minutes is that much time. And you can touch on 4 or 5 different things within 30 minutes. And it's like, hold on, I need an hour because that was a lot. You get me? It's kind of like one of them sermons where it'd be like, oh, Jesus, hold on. Like, can I play this back? Or y'all gonna have a replay? Because I need to study this. Because that part just hurt. I need to pause. I need to breathe. You get me? So I know I touched on a lot in a small amount of time. And pause if you need to. Write stuff down if you need to. Take a breather if you need to. Come back if you need to. Okay, repetition is the key to learning. That's what I learned from my life coach, Latoya Okia. And it's taken me watching things back like 2, 3, 4 times for me to get it one time. You get me? It's not just watching it once, because I done watched stuff once. I don't know what them people said, but it felt good when they said it, you know? But I don't know what they said. So I need to go back. I need to write that down, because maybe I can stop asking God the same questions over and over. He already gave me the answer, but I just didn't write it down. I didn't really repeat it. I didn't memorize it. I didn't apply it to my life. So that's why I'm where I am. You get me? So hey, I feel like I've said everything I need to say that's on my spirit to say. Come back. Okay, come back, because there are more videos coming about life in general. All right, I have so many lessons that I've learned, so much that God is still teaching me and downloading in my spirit. I have videos for days, so come back. Okay, do not be shy, do not hesitate. Don't let the devil trick you or play you out of a blessing in your life, because that's all that you will receive here. I don't operate in any other spirit. I only operate in the spirit of abundance, because I know that comes from my Father, and he's a very, very, very wealthy man. All right, a very wealthy spirit, a very wealthy Father. So I'm not going to operate in anything other than wealth, anything other than internal abundance. It comes to me easily, All right, it comes to me swiftly. It comes to me divinely. It comes to me unexpectedly at times because that's the overflow of the blessing he already came through on. That's how my Father works. And if you don't have this connection to our Father, because my Father is your Father also, regardless of where you came from, regardless of what you look like, regardless of what type of father figure you had in the home, we share the same Father, okay? And you can connect with his wealth too. You can connect with that abundance too. You can connect with that name too, all right? So that when you walk outside, people know who you are. That's so-and-so's daughter. That's so-and-so's son. That's so-and-so. Oh, you got to respect them. No, hold on. You don't even have to pay. Come on in here. You don't have to wait in line. They gonna recognize who you are. So if you're ready for that, it's as simple as sitting down in a quiet space and saying, God, I want to get to know you. I feel like I do, but I don't know. People are talking about you. They're saying they're having these experiences, but I don't feel like I've ever felt you for real. I know what my parents told me. I know what the church told me. I know what I've experienced slightly. I had a roof. I had food, but I never ever had an experience with you to where I feel like I know you. And I'm kind of mad at you because I went through a lot of my life and I don't understand why I'm in this position. I don't understand how I got here. I don't understand why that would happen to a child if they're saying that you're a good father. I don't understand why I didn't have a father figure in my life. How can I look at you as a father if I didn't have one? This was my prayer to God. I did not know how to understand him as a father because I didn't have one. You get me? I had father figures and I had my biological dad, and this is never speaking bad on them. They could only give me what they had to give. You get me? So it wasn't enough for me. It wasn't enough for me, and it hurt me in a lot of areas. So I could not look at God as a father. I couldn't. And it took me saying that. It took me expressing that. It took me going through life for him to come to me as a friend and so many other things for me to finally accept him as my father. And he's a good one. All right, he be holding me accountable, but he still loves me and holding me accountable. That's how I can recognize when a good man comes, because he still loves me even when he's holding me accountable, even when I've tried him, even when I've hurt him, even when I've made him feel a type of way, he still loves me and holding me accountable. He still loves me in my brokenness. That's real love. And that's what our Father gives. So if you want to get to know him, it's as simple as sitting down and expressing what is on your heart and saying, I invite you into my space. I would like to get to know you. I would like to walk in the ways of Christ. I would like to walk in my most high manner. I would like to know you by your name, Yahweh, Jehovah Jireh. Okay, I know you have many names, the great I am. I want to get to know you by myself, so that I know what to call you, so that I don't get so caught up on what everybody else says, so that I don't get so caught up on how they say I'm supposed to praise you, how I'm supposed to spend time with you, what I'm supposed to call you by, and what I'm supposed to call your son. Lord, move into my space and show me you personally, so that I know what to stand on and the world can't sway me when it comes to you. I walk in the ways of Christ, and I say thank you, Jesus. And some days I say, thank you, Yeshua HaMashiach. And some days I say Yahweh. Some days I say Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Nisi, I've heard. The great I am, my Father. So I say many different things, but I know where his spirit lies because I'm connected to that spirit. So getting connected to God is connecting to his spirit. Don't think you have to go out here and go the path that everybody else is going. Sit down and invite him into your space. And say, I claim Yeshua. I claim Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. I claim him in my life, Lord. And I want to walk in his ways so that I know how to honor you. So that I can walk in my most high way. All right? And so that I can stand against everything that's trying to come up against me and know I have dominion. And I can tell spirits where to go and how to be. Because I have that power. I'm not worthless. I'm not weak. I'm not unnecessary. I'm not useless. I am valuable. And I know that was a mouthful, but somebody needed it. Okay, it came out that way for a reason. In my head, I'm like, dang, you talking too much. You doing too much. But I'm actually not. I let God do him and I take the back seat. That was Jasmine saying, no, you doing too much, girl. You might be talking too much. They might be losing the point. You might be rambling or speaking too fast. But the Holy Spirit was saying, let me cook. Okay? Do your thing. So listen, if you ever need counsel, you may be going through something in your life, you're unsure, you are starting your spiritual walk, don't hesitate to reach out to me. All of my information will be in the description box below, okay? Make sure you get you a Bible. This is the blueprint for life. I found this Bible in the hallway. All right. It's the New World Translation. I'm not too sure about how I feel about it completely yet. I usually use the English Standard Version, which is super easy to read. It doesn't have all the thous and shalls and knots. And I'm like, are we freaking speaking? Like, what is this, Beethoven? Like, it don't, it don't do all that. So I can understand it easier. And then I found this in the hallway, and it seems to be broken down in a similar way. But I just don't like the fact that it's a new world. So I'm still trying to, battle with that. So I compare it with both. Like, I'll read the English Standard Version and that version, read them at the same time, and compare the text to see what resonates with my spirit more. As always, y'all, I pray that you are leaving here way better than you came. And remember, this is going to be the best year you have ever claimed. So speak it over your life. Call it into existence. All right. And know that you have dominion. So any fear, any doubt, any depression, any anxiety, all of that has to go at your command. So tell it to leave you, get up off you, get off your finances, get out your house, get out your mind, get out your kids, get out your man. All right, get out your woman. Tell it to get up out your bloodline now and to come, and do not return back here ever. In the mighty name of Jesus Christ, in the mighty name of Yeshua HaMashiach, in the most high name, it is. It is so. It is written. Ashe. All right? Say that. Speak it. And know that it will be, because the power of life and death is in your tongue, and God don't play about you. I know all of what I just said because I get in his word. So get in his word, get you a Bible, get on here, all right, and start using your spirit of discernment to connect with the right people to be able to receive the word of God. And when you receive words of wisdom, even this video you watching right now, take it back to him and ask him for clarity and confirmation within it in ways that you can understand. All right. So that he can give it to you, and you know that you're receiving the right word at the right time, because it might be right word, wrong time. All right. So do that. Do it well, and know that you are the best thing out here. You are an asset, and you only appreciate in value. So you do nothing but increase. Speak it over your life. Speak it as you walk outside in your day. Speak it as you go to sleep. Speak it as you wake up in the morning, and watch it start to come to fruition in your life. All right, I'm an asset. I only appreciate in value. Favor is on me. So as I step out the door, favor finds me. I do not worry about things that I need. I don't worry about things in general, because everything that wants me, everything that needs me, everything that is for me is worried about finding its way to me. So I sit in stillness and I wait for it to show up. I'm an asset. I only appreciate and value, and I have favor on me. So favor finds me everywhere that I go, and everything that I do, and everything that I speak, and in everything that I receive. So it is written, and so shall it be. Amen. Ashe. All right, it's done. It's here. I'm thankful. I'm blessed. I'm happy, and I'm excited. Okay? That's how you have to speak over your day. Every single day. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Do it if you ride the train. Do it if you ride the bus. Do it if you drive. Do it if you walk. Do it if you on a bicycle. Do it if you on a motorcycle. Do it if you in a wheelchair. Do it. If you can't see, if you can't hear, if you can't, do it. Do it. Don't let nothing hold you back or stop you. Write it down. If you can't speak it out your mouth, do it. Do it, and do it well. All right? God bless you. God bless you. God loves you, and God is waiting on you to make that move, because he's on the finish line knowing that you're going to get there, because he's already seen you cross it. All right. I love y'all. Sending you nothing but love, and I'll see you next video. Go ahead and click them links below. All right. Get into it. Stop playing around with your breakthrough. Stop playing around with your life. Stop playing around, and know that you are not alone. This is a community, not just a channel.